Hello friends, welcome back. Today I want to answer a question that I feel that I've been asking myself lately and that I hear quite commonly. And so hopefully you're asking this question too. And that question is, what do I do when I just can't seem to raise my vibration? So what do I do? What are the steps I need to take when I just can't seem to raise my vibration? And in those instances, we're talking about when you are just so stuck on a topic, health, wealth, relationships, whatever, that I just can't seem to get positive on. I am so stuck. Mine lately is I did a bunch of videos on healing my hip and all that stuff. And recently, I've been in such a resistant vibration that I'm beginning to have hip pain again. And it's really, really, really bothersome. And so, you may be experiencing things like that as well, whether that be with a partner or whether that be the finances, not being able to get the car or the house or etc. And you just can't seem to break free of that that hindrance, right? That just this wave that's just surrounding you. So I want to give you the easiest way and most simple way to get out of that. And that is, get really, really general and get away from that topic. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is we are always trying, especially in the law of attraction community, we are always trying to think our way out of things, right? Because we understand that thought is the driver for manifestation. And the emotion that's arising is a result, there's Caesar, is a result of the thoughts that I'm thinking, whether they be in harmony or disharmony with what my inner being is thinking of that same topic. So we're always trying to think our way out, right? Because if my inner being is thinking, Zach, you're already healed. And I'm thinking, but my hip effing hurts. It's really bothersome. So I'm having this inner being saying one thing, I'm saying another thing, and there's this disharmony there. And so because of how far I am away from my inner being, I'm feeling pissed off, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling irritated. And how do I close that gap, right? That's what Abraham always talks about. How do I close that gap from being so seeing what is, my hip hurts, to seeing what my inner being is, which you're healed, you're whole. How do I close that gap? And there are times, I'm sure you're watching this because you feel that as well, when we just can't move. We're just stuck. We just can't take our attention away from what is happening currently. So, the fastest way out of that I've found is to just get away from it. Take yourself out of the situation. Stop trying to think your way into it. And do things that make you just feel joyful. So for me, that's listening to music and watching artists perform, because we can't really watch artists perform right now. For me, that's going out and playing basketball. For me, that's going outside and listening to the birds and feeling the sun on my skin. For me, that's exercising. For me, that's meditating. For me, that's watching stand-up comedy. For me, that's just talking with friends and family. For me, that's just petting Caesar. So getting ourselves out of that continual perpetuation in our own way of thinking, of being stuck on that topic. Because what happens is we let go of the resistance. Meaning, Abraham Hicks uses this all the time. We're submerging the cork underwater because we're observing what is. And so if we just let go, by pretty much distracting ourselves with other things that make us feel better, feel good. If we can do that, we let our hand go, the cork rises to the surface. We close the gap, right? The joy is on the surface, and we let that cork go. It rises to the surface. And so, that is the fix. Once you've released resistance on the topic, you're generally feeling better. You can then go back and you can begin to do more work. Simple as that, right? I'm in a really low vibration. I'm really, right? My desire is here. I'm here, right? My inner being knows that I'm healed. I can't see that I'm healed, and my hip is hurting and it's really painful. And I just keep trying to think my way up, and nothing's happening because I'm so stuck on how irritated my hip is. If I just let go, take my hands off, and I start listening to music, I start watching stand-up comedy, if I go outside and just feel the sun on my face, put my feet in the dirt, if I play basketball, whatever, that cork just slowly starts to rise up. And let's say I get to there halfway, and I'm just feeling content and content. I'm just feeling content. From that place of contentment, I can then re-enter that spot and look at what my situation is, how my hip is feeling from that point of view. And then I have this closer range where I can go, you know what? My hip has felt better in the past. Oh, that feels better. Oh, things are always working out for me. That feels better. My body has healed before, and this is probably just another indication that I have too much resistance. I'm not walking the right path. Oh, that feels better, right? So I can move myself up until I'm there. I know that I'm whole. I know that I'm healed. My inner being has told me that. My inner being is constantly reiterating that to me, right? Then I'm there, right? And I feel joyful. I feel happy. I feel loved. So that is the gist of it. Take your attention away from what is, from what you're constantly observing. Find joy in something else, whatever that is for you. There are so many options. And shoot, if you have some good ones, share it with me. I'd love to hear it. But take your attention away from what is, move it towards things that allow you to feel joy, right? You enjoy doing them, or listening to them, or seeing them. Something that takes your resistant hands away and resistant thoughts away and allows you just to allow. And then, once you're in that more allowing space, coming back to the topic, and then you can do your processes, right? Then I can do my visualization. Then I can play my wouldn't it be nice if game. Then I can play my what would it feel like if I had that game, right? All those different things. So that is the easiest way to raise your vibration. When you can't seem to raise your vibration, what do you do when you can't raise your vibration? You take your hands off and you do things that bring you joy, that allow you to feel joy when you're doing them, listening to them, seeing them, hearing them. And then we go back to our processes and creating the reality we want. Because whether we like it or not, the law of attraction is always working. We are always attracting our vibrational essence in that moment. And so, it's best if we can just be in that state of joy, because even in a state of joy, all the things that we've accumulated in our vibrational escrow, as Abraham used to call it, in our bank account of vibration, it's going to show up in that constant state of joy. Doesn't mean always distracting yourself from the pain and all that. There's a time and a place for that. But for the most part, the easiest way to get out of the resistant vibration is just to move away from the situation in your own mind. Do other things and then come back to it. I appreciate you guys for always watching, for always listening. Like I said, I'd love to hear if you have certain processes that you use or certain things you just like to do to get out of resistant vibration. If you like it, give it a like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you next time. I love you. Thank you.